on blast. Hey. Amoo Yum Yum, the podcast. The podcast. Amoo Yum Yum, the podcast. The podcast. Amoo Yum Yum, the podcast. The podcast. We put kufr and shirk on blast. Hey. Amoo Yum Yum, the podcast. The podcast.
Peep this, your grave, you may be near it. Life's short, yeah, that part, so take it serious. Think twice, that afterlife should have you curious. Each week, that week's speech should have you furious. The same, all hail King such and such. You say hell, I say hell, get off is much to be desired. Khutbah should be fire, let's rouse the believers. Situations dire.
Amoo Yum Yum, the podcast. The podcast. Amoo Yum Yum, the podcast. The podcast. We put kufr and shirk on blast. Hey. Amoo Yum Yum, the podcast. The podcast. Amoo Yum Yum, the podcast. The podcast. Amoo Yum Yum, the podcast. The podcast. We put fitna and dhul on blast. Hey. Amoo Yum Yum, the podcast. The podcast.
You claim Salafiyya, we follow the Salaf in understanding, but without the branding of law. Named us Muslim, with that we stay content. No division is titles, ego's a false idol. A mustard seed of kibba can land you in the fire. Plus that his beer is fueled by desires. Question, aren't y'all tired of divide and slaughter? May Allah grant us guidance. Shout out to the martyrs.
Amoo Yum Yum, the podcast. The podcast. Amoo Yum Yum, the podcast. The podcast. We put kufr and shirk on blast. Hey. Amoo Yum Yum, the podcast. The podcast. Amoo Yum Yum, the podcast. The podcast. Amoo Yum Yum, the podcast. The podcast. We put fitna and dhul on blast. Hey. Amoo Yum Yum, the podcast. The podcast. Amoo Yum Yum, the podcast. The podcast. Amoo Yum Yum, the podcast. The podcast. We put kufr and shirk on blast. Hey. Amoo Yum Yum, the podcast. The podcast. Amoo Yum Yum, the podcast. The podcast. Amoo Yum Yum, the podcast. The podcast. We put kufr and shirk on blast. Hey. Amoo Yum Yum, the podcast. The podcast.
Peep this, your grave, you may be near it. Life's short, yeah, that part, so take it serious. Think twice, that afterlife should have you curious. Each week, that week's speech should have you furious. The same, all hail King such and such. You say hell, I say hell, get off is much to be desired. Khutbah should be fire, let's rouse the believers. Situations dire.
Amoo Yum Yum, the podcast. The podcast. Amoo Yum Yum, the podcast. The podcast. We put kufr and shirk on blast. Hey. Amoo Yum Yum, the podcast. The podcast. Amoo Yum Yum, the podcast. The podcast. Amoo Yum Yum, the podcast. The podcast. We put fitna and dhul on blast. Hey. Amoo Yum Yum, the podcast. The podcast.
You claim Salafiyya, we follow the Salaf in understanding, but without the branding of law. Named us Muslim, with that we stay content. No division is titles, ego's a false idol. A mustard seed of kibba can land you in the fire. Plus that his beer is fueled by desires. Question, aren't y'all tired of divide and slaughter? May Allah grant us guidance. Shout out to the martyrs.
Amoo Yum Yum, the podcast. The podcast. Amoo Yum Yum, the podcast. The podcast. We put kufr and shirk on blast. Hey. Amoo Yum Yum, the podcast. The podcast. Amoo Yum Yum, the podcast. The podcast. Amoo Yum Yum, the podcast. The podcast. We put fitna and dhul on blast. Hey. Amoo Yum Yum, the podcast. The podcast. Amoo Yum Yum, the podcast. The podcast. Amoo Yum Yum, the podcast. The podcast. We put kufr and shirk on blast. Hey. Amoo Yum Yum, the podcast. The podcast. Amoo Yum Yum, the podcast. The podcast. Amoo Yum Yum, the podcast. The podcast. We put kufr and shirk on blast. Hey. Amoo Yum Yum, the podcast. The podcast.
Peep this, your grave, you may be near it. Life's short, yeah, that part, so take it serious. Think twice, that afterlife should have you curious. Each week, that week's speech should have you furious. The same, all hail King such and such. You say hell, I say hell, get off is much to be desired. Khutbah should be fire, let's rouse the believers. Situations dire.
Amoo Yum Yum the podcast. Amoo Yum Yum the podcast. We put kufr and shirk on blast. Amoo Yum Yum the podcast. Amoo Yum Yum the podcast. Amoo Yum Yum the podcast. We put fitna and dhul on blast. Amoo Yum Yum the podcast.
You claim Salafiyah, we follow the Salaf in understanding, but without the branding of law. Named us Muslim, with that we stay content. No division is titles, egos a false idol. A mustard seed of kibba can land you in the fire. Plus that his beer is fueled by desires. Question, aren't y'all tired?
One.
Of divide and slaughter? Assalamu alaikum, ahlan wa sahlan. Welcome to Amoo Yum Yum, the podcast where we seek to cure the kufr infected by injecting the Islamic perspective. Today, again with us, our returning guest. We have to my right, Amoo Dion, single, ready to mingle. We have OG Amoo Jawaz, alhamdulillah, returning again, aka Ahi Eye Candy. And we have
Like candy.
we have
Since when, man?
well, it's a sister.
Okay.
Sister demanded he come back. SubhanAllah,
Yeah.
demanded.
So you see how we fulfill your request.
Your desires.
Yeah. No,
See how we fulfill your desires.
I don't know about the desires, man.
Okay. So and we have Yani Amoo Yusuf,
Yeah.
and that's all I'm gonna say right now. How you brothers doing?
Alhamdulillah, I'm doing pretty well.
Good, mashallah, good. Everybody get sleep? Good.
Sleep.
Pretty much.
Okay. Who sleeps?
El sleep.
El
Arabi.
sleep.
Yeah. So now it's time for random. Okay. We had a semi meeting about the way we introduced the show, so we decided to make some changes. I would no longer say Bengali import
Well, I'm saying it.
Yeah,
walking down the street
Yes,
of Bangladesh barefoot.
Barefoot, yeah.
We found him.
Yep.
We
That's
threw
it.
him. We threw him in the trunk. We imported him.
Yep.
Okay. We would no longer say that. Okay, because we decided not to say that he's a Bengali import IT guy walking down the
So
streets
you-
of Bangladesh barefoot. Found him, threw him in the trunk. He had
did it
the
twice.
he had the complexion
Yeah.
for
Yeah, for
the for the
emphasis.
technology.
Yeah.
For people that color, you know, they all know computers. They born with computers.
Yeah.
Their first words is computer.
So
anyway,
you made a decision without my consent.
no, we talked about it.
Did we? I thought I forgot
Okay,
about it.
no,
Did I talk about it?
no,
He wasn't there.
I felt the emotion last time.
Yeah.
I said, you said, brother, don't go there, don't go there. So I said I would never say again that he's our Bengali import
I'm just
that
a
we
Muslim.
found walking down the streets of
It's the third time
Bangladesh
he said-
barefoot,
Yeah.
who we threw
That's
into
the-
the trunk
that's the third time.
and imported him to the United States.
Emphasizing
that
it.
would not be said
It's like the last
anymore.
episode.
And that was our random.
Wow.
We all in agreement? Agreements? Agreements?
good. All right, that's
we
good.
would never say Bengali import.
Yeah.
Just found walking down the streets of Bangladesh
That's the
barefoot
fourth
down the
time now.
road, threw him in the
You
trunk,
see what
imported
he's
him to
doing?
America to be our
Fourth
IT
time.
guy because
Nah.
he had the complexion for it.
I think that's a part of the bars. I don't know.
Yeah.
Is that a bar?
Yeah, it could be. It's not a bar.
Could be a bar.
Yeah.
Mashallah.
So what's popping, man?
What's popping? The hot topic today is divorce. Talaq. The divine solution that became a secular problem or versus the secular problem. Okay? In pre-Islam, women had it very, very bad in regards to divorce. They had it very, very bad. Or just to mention some things, women were property. They were property, chattel property, like slaves that could be bought and sold, okay? And they could not own property or divorce. See, they were property, so they could not own property. That's like saying a slave, it has a slave,
Yeah.
right? So women were enslaved, they were property, considered property. They could be bought and sold, and they had no right to initiate a call for divorce, okay? Men would divorce them and take them back at will, willy-nilly, back and forth, leave them in limbo, so on and so forth. And that was part of their station or their condition pre-Islamically in Arabia and basically around the world, okay? Dhihar was a type of divorce where a man would say, your back is like the back of my mother. Or basically, you're like a mother to me. Yeah. So basically, this was a way of leaving her in limbo, where she could not go and seek a real husband or someone that would give her husband rights, but she would stay in that condition, vihar, and she would basically maintain, like motherly duties, take care of the house, the kids, so on and so forth. But she didn't have the rights of a wife. Islam addressed it. After Islam, it addressed it and said anyone that divorces their wife by vihar, the khul'a was allowed by Islam, in Islam, meaning that a woman can initiate divorce, but there has to be a third party to make sure her reasoning is a Sharia valid reason.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that too,
Yeah,
right?
we're going to talk about that.
Sharia reasons.
And also, again, the women were allowed to initiate, okay? They were allowed to initiate, but it has to be a valid Sharia reason, and it's a third party has to be there, someone of knowledge, preferably, so on and so forth, to make sure that she was divorcing within Sharia stipulations, and parameters. So
before you go forward, somebody said the sound went out.
the sound.
Check. Can you all hear us? Give us one on the comment section. Because Sister Sharifa said the sound went out. So I don't know.
Oh, she said the sound went out.
Yeah. So if you can hear us, press 1.
Hello.
Hello. Anybody there?
Yeah, the sound should be.
Oh, check the phone. Let me check the phone.
Did somebody? Oh yeah, did somebody press the yani?
Yeah. Sometimes it could be from their side. You never know.
Yeah.
Hopefully all that didn't go to waste.
Okay, good.
Did somebody press the?
All right, good.
yani?
That's good. Yeah, our listeners, thank you.
Okay.
All right, good. We're back.
Did they go out? They go out? It went out?
Sharifa said it went up, but now it's good. So we're good.
Okay, alhamdulillah.
Okay, continue, inshallah.
So you were saying something? No?
No, I was saying that we're going to discuss the Sharia reason, like how...
Okay. So,
yeah.
Islam, okay, that was pre-Islam I
Yeah.
discussed. Okay, so Islam commanded adl, commanded justice toward women. So, in the matter of divorce, because that's the subject, we saw that talaq was not where a man could just divorce his wife, take her back, divorce her, take her back, divorce her, take her back. Talaq was limited. You get 2 pronouncements. The third is irrevocable.
Yeah.
She would have to marry someone else, consummate the marriage, subsequently divorce them before you can ever remarry her, which is almost an impossible. It happens like in 10, 15, 20 years that is possible, that it happens, because you don't know how long her next marriage would last.
Yeah. Do you know what's the hikmah? What's the wisdom behind that? Like okay, you give the first talaq, second talaq, the third one is the khalas, final.
Well, there are many wisdoms. One wisdom that I found in my limited knowledge, wisdom I found is that men were not allowed to play with women's emotions. Talaq is very hard upon them.
Yeah.
So Allah says you pronounce it twice, you go beyond twice, then it's irrevocable.
Yeah, you tend to get serious after that second one. You be like, nah, I got to stop
Yeah,
playing.
because correct me if I'm wrong, because in the first one she still has to be in the 3-month iddah thing, right?
But first 2, she still had the iddah.
Right.
Yeah.
So that means you have 3 months. You're gonna wait. Maybe you'll come back.
Yeah.
When you give the second talaq, maybe you still come back.
Reconciliation of pregnancy.
So that's a long time. That's almost like 6 months or something like that, right?
So-
but
so-
the third one, khalas.
So Umar radiallahu anh, during his time as Khalifa, he changed what Abu Bakr radiallahu anh had instituted. Okay, Abu Bakr radiallahu anh said, if you pronounce 3 talaq in one sitting, it counts as one.
That's his opinion, right?
Yeah, of course, but it seemed closer. It seemed closer to the strongest opinion.
Yeah, because hilarious. Because in Egyptian culture, sometimes they say "Inti talib al-thalatha," okay, which means
3.
I give a talaq in 3. They say that you are
crazy.
divorcing 3. I'm like,
That's crazy.
And that's out of anger too, so wouldn't that kind of nullify it as
of
well?
course, yeah.
Talaq ghadab is
Al-ghadab,
divorce of
yeah.
anger.
But I don't think I can say I divorce you by 3. What is this? A math?
Yeah.
Elementary.
They made that up.
Yeah.
But see, Omar radiallahu anh, he said that if you pronounce 3 talaq in one sitting, it counts as 3. Now Omar was
you understand his character. He's no nonsense.
Yeah.
Now the reason I fall closer to Abu Bakr al-An's opinion than Omar's. This is the reason, because you have to have iddah.
Yeah.
How do you have iddah in between talaq? You know what I'm saying? How do you have iddah between that?
Correct.
See, you actually have to have talaq, iddah, break it. You can break it a minute later.
Yeah.
You know, he's like, I divorce you.
Reconcile.
Yeah, I divorce you. Reconcile. Oh. No. Yeah, but so I'm saying, like, you know, you can do that. But so you have to have iddah. Omar was no nonsense. So I could see where he maybe threatened, hey, don't pronounce 3 talaq in one sitting because it's going to count as all 3.
Yeah.
I can see where he made it hard for them and to make the men act right. You know what I'm saying? To make the men act right. So that was mashallah.
Yeah.
That's a wisdom, but I lean toward Abu Bakr's opinion because there was no iddah between the 3, the individual pronouncements. Okay, the talaq was limited again to 3 instead of being unending, you know, without end. Women went from being property to actually owning property.
Subhanallah.
Yeah.
This is what Islam
That's what Islam did. Yeah.
women, not with the Western definition.
Yeah, because I was arguing with this one sister. I hope she looking. I bend my back and throw a rock.
How do you throw a rock? How do you throw a rock?
No, I'm not gonna do it.
Come on, man.
No, man, that's gay.
Don't do that,
Pause, yo.
Come on, man. See, guys?
But I will
don't wanna show it.
I will show you how Dion threw his phone.
Show it now.
Oh, man.
That wasn't Dion. That was the other guy.
No.
That was the other guy, dude.
Before the
Hey,
podcast.
what is his phone? What are your phone?
Throw it again.
Let's get back on topic.
Hey,
No, you want to get back on topic?
You're supposed to be the host, man. Get this stuff back
Yeah,
on
he's right.
topic.
I gotta agree with him. Hey, let's get to the come on, man.
No,
man, get it back to the topic.
No.
He talking about bending his back and arching his arm.
He exposed himself. He just exposed himself right now.
Come on, man. With that tight shirt on too. I wouldn't do that in front of the camera though, man.
But he did it.
I see his nipples.
Hey. You don't want to get your
Come on, man.
you don't want to get that puffy nipples,
We
man.
really got to get back.
No,
on topic.
hold on.
Get back. Gotta get back.
No, I gotta say it.
No, look.
I gotta say it.
No.
Go
You gotta
ahead.
get back. But before you get back, one more time.
Go ahead, man.
No. Focus, man. Come on, you gotta focus.
'Cause I do got some
Focus.
I want to say it though.
What do you want to say?
Never mind, never forget. Okay,
Hey,
anyway.
forget, yes. But that throw.
I'm gonna tell y'all Wednesday.
Are you gonna be here? Oh, he's gonna be here. He's gonna be here.
I'm gonna tell you what happened Wednesday.
He's gonna. You saw that? You saw that move, man. Man, the truth is out.
Oh man.
Nobody's gonna trust us anymore.
Let me get back.
Yeah, we gotta get back. Come on, man. We gotta get back because when he did that throw, it was like,
Oh yeah. So women could, after Islam, initiate what's called khul'a, which is emancipation. She's seeking her freedom. She gives back the mahar. You know, we talk about that one day, how women don't give back the mahar. Okay?
a lot.
Let's talk about it, because they get the bag, keep the bag, and they wake up with bags under their eyes. Anyway, so
you get the divorce and keep the.
Oh yeah.
You get the color and.
Wait. There's a phenomenon where people would go. There's a scam going on too, but there's a phenomenon. This is also a scam. They would, they look nice. They, whatever they say all the things you want to hear.
Yeah.
They'll get the dowry. Then they'll find something wrong with you and say, I want a khul'a. They say, give my dowry back. I already spent it.
Wow.
And they get married every week.
Are you, for real?
Wallah. They get married every week, I think.
But see, a lot of that is on the man though. You gotta do a better job vetting some of these sisters, man. You know what I mean?
Sometimes
Like,
you don't know until you know.
Yeah,
bro.
bro.
I can, some of them are so clever,
Yeah.
so deceptive.
What's the rule?
But some of that-
Before you can know them, you have to do business with them, live with them, or travel with them.
That's the
Before you can know. See, you brothers did all of that with me.
Yeah.
So you know me.
Yeah.
But some people on the internet say, I spoke to some people that know you. I said, well, how do they know me? Say, well, they had words with you. Oh yeah, that's the way to get to know me.
Yeah.
Right. That's very, very.
I had words with my wife. We had 3 babies.
Yeah. Whoever said that is really unintelligent. Wow, I just insulted them.
Anyway,
Yeah.
so women could initiate khula'a, which means they would return the mahar and then the sadaq, the dowry, and she would be emancipated. Look, that's part of the marriage contract. Whether the brother slid $1 across the table or he taught you some Quran or whatever, you can't return that logically, but you can negotiate, hey, can you give me back? I just purchased, such and such for you. Can you give me back?
She can't return the dollar?
No. She can't return, like you teach her Quran.
Oh,
knowledge,
yeah.
Unless you bust upside her head.
Slid that dollar, slide the dollar back.
Yeah, if you, no, don't do it. See, he's trying to get me to tell about the cell phone incident.
Yeah.
When you got scared.
Okay.
He's trying to get me to tell, but
I didn't say anything.
I'm not
You
doing
were
that.
hearing him. I didn't say anything.
I'm saving that.
I just said.
Boy, I can't wait till Wednesday.
I didn't. He
If
reinterpret things.
Allah grants us Wednesday, I would tell.
He reinterpret things differently. So it's not my fault. He need to.
I don't want to get sidetracked.
Yeah.
Okay. No, you don't want to talk about the issue. so the khula'a, okay? Now, women have to have a sharia reason for khula'a. They have to have sharia reason to seek their emancipation. They're not allowed to willy-nilly. You know why? Because the khula'a doesn't count among the three that the talaq that the men get.
Yeah.
And the woman is, listen to khula'a. Khula'a is saying, I am a slave. I don't have my rights. I don't this, I don't that. I need to be emancipated, freed, right? Okay? So she's saying that, and then tomorrow, what you doing, big head?
Yeah.
Or later that night, to give you a text, what you doing, big head?
Yeah,
Oh, no, we ain't doing that. We ain't doing that.
Yeah.
You done humiliated me.
Yeah.
Meaning that if a woman seeks khul'a, you a monster.
Yeah.
A true. Cool.
I mean, a true
like you
khul'a
said,
based on the sharia reasons, then you're somewhat of a monster. Or at least a backyard again. You know what I'm
Well,
saying?
I don't know because when Zainab?
Zayd was Zainab.
Yeah, when she sought the divorce, she told Muhammad Sallallahu that prophet, he's not deficient in deen.
I'm just not
he's
attracted.
okay.
True.
Yeah, it was just an issue of attraction or whatever.
Well,
the
perhaps
attraction
I went overboard with saying monster.
Yeah,
but I know some situations where sisters needed to get out. They had to get out quickly.
Yeah.
The reasons, going for that, the reason that a woman could seek, what's a sharia reason for a woman to seek khul'a or emancipation is what? Attraction. She's not attracted. Or she lost attraction. You let yourself go. A lot of brothers don't understand sunnah is not to walk around the house with holes in your drawers. If your wife is not into that. You know what I'm saying? She might be into that. No. Sunnah is to make yourself nice,
Clean, smell good.
Yeah, smell good. You got the nice underwear on. Made by some Catholic.
Fancy underwear.
Yeah. So I'm saying like
Put the misk on and
women like that too. They like that too. So it's part of the sunnah to make yourself nice for your wife.
not just the wife. You
don't take it for granted though. Yeah. I'm just talking about the wife.
In general, yeah.
So you don't want to take your wife for granted, thinking that you got, out of shape, you got this way, you got that way, and she's supposed to just like you like that. If you change the stipulations of the contract, which she was attracted to you, you were attracted to her, if you change that, she has the right to step out. Now, some situations, medical and things like that, you're going to society's going to look down on you. Islamically, will look down on you because you left that person, and let's say if your wife lost her legs, you're going to leave her? Well, I married her for her legs,
right. Yeah, that becomes. This is where
kind of
the
legs she has some Beyonce insurance, $1
you
million insurance.
better bend them stumps.
then that becomes very shallow. You know what I mean? It's just like that doesn't show the character.
Like an elliptical. Look at that.
It's so wrong, dude.
You be sweating.
It's so wrong, man. Stop it. Go back. Okay, that was the point. Get back.
Okay.
Tell him to go back. Tell him. Throw the phone at him. Come on, get back. Come on, get back.
Okay.
Oh, man. Yeah, you don't want to be too shallow, you know what I mean?
If the woman loses attraction, now, I've had women come to the masjid and say, I want a khul'a from my husband. And I say, why? They say, I'm not attracted to him anymore. I say, what changed? Well, nothing. I just, I'm not attracted anymore.
said, you don't want to do that.
You know, because some a lot of non-Muslims do that kind of stuff. Okay, I don't live with you anymore or whatever. I'm
Yeah.
done. You have kids.
Yeah.
That doesn't sound cool, I guess. I don't know.
Well, Allah didn't put the initiation of divorce in the hands of the woman because, like statistics.
Oh, it's horrible.
Yeah, statistics.
We'll talk about that
yeah,
later.
We'll talk about that later, inshallah. So, abuse,
sure.
you know, is a reason for her to get out. You know, if you're being physically, verbally abusive, you know, those are reasons to get out. Emotional it's a touchy, emotional, you know.
How do you define emotional abuse? Because the psychologists these days, they redefining it.
It's in flux. It's
Well,
in flux.
maybe not emotion, but what if like the woman wants a lot of romance and this guy is not romantic enough, so she wants a divorce? But that wouldn't really necessarily be emotional abuse. But you're not satisfying her. You know what I mean? Her needs. She wants a lot
You
of
can't
romance.
perform.
Right.
You know what I mean? So you're just not doing.
Or
enough for her.
emotionally, what if they want flowers every day?
Yeah.
Candy every day. Now, like, not like Shadid Muhammad gave a talk. He was saying that when you romance your wife intimately or whatever, he said, don't give her 10 all the time.
Yeah.
Give her 5, 7, you know, vary. So when you give her 10, it's special. See, when you just go all the way in all the time, you know,
You get bored.
Yeah.
You'll get bored.
Yeah, it becomes monotonous.
You don't appreciate.
Yeah, so
You're always giving.
They'll get bored. You know?
Yeah,
You can't never come. You can't never come after that to. You can't never come with anything less than a 10 if you always.
yeah,
giving
if
a
you're
10.
always on 10, you always putting petals. You know, like wasting flowers. Now, if you put
flowers.
petals all on the bed, and guess what? Petals, candles, you got all this right there. Then after y'all make love, say, clean this up.
Best part, man. Hey, make sure it's smooth and clean, like not a single
I
drop.
want to see 9 petal
Yeah, make sure like a 5,000.
and dead flower. If I step on one thorn. Anyway, so abuse, that's a valid Sharia reason. And I mentioned these Sharia reasons. This is not all of them. You know, this is
some of them.
my limited knowledge. After that, we're gonna bring it together. Why? Okay. So no maintenance. He's not taking care of you or you and your children. He's not giving you enough bare minimum maintenance to sustain good life, healthy life, right? Yeah. So if a person's not doing that, if a man loses his job and you leave him, you have a right to do so. You have a right to do so, but your wali or your wakil needs to let the next man know, hey, dude, if you ever fall on hard times, this ain't the one. Yeah. This ain't the one.
There was a true story, kind of quickly. I'm going to touch it, not the whole story. It's that this individual brother where he lost a job, right? But of course, the wife demanded to live in a big house, big this, need a maid, and all these fancy stuff, right? And he couldn't afford it anymore. So, and I think the wife was having like a part-time job. So what did she do to help him in the house or with the rent and everything? She gave him a loan.
Yeah.
A loan?
Yeah, I'm like, why would you give him a loan? He's struggling. He didn't lose the job on purpose.
Yeah.
Right? And she demanded, she was saying that, well, the sheikh said that you should bring me a maid, you should do this for me, you should give me the best car. I'm like,
no, he married a capitalist. I mean,
it looks like. But this same sister and this brother, they used to go to this, I'm going to mention the name of the institute, that they go study the deen there. And that's how she learned from, the husband has to give you all this, and that. But he lost his job. He's trying to find a job. Alhamdulillah, I want to say alhamdulillah that he ended up letting it go. Yeah. That's not life, but they're using that maintenance. Oh, you have to give me 5 maids and 5 drivers and big houses. Like, live within your means, man.
He wasn't
you don't care.
things
You
happening.
He wasn't,
You don't
he
give
was
a
a hard
damn
worker.
about me, so.
Yeah, he was.
I'm a rare breed, bro.
Yeah.
If I was a billionaire, my house would be sufficient for me and my family.
Yeah.
It would not be this. It wouldn't look like a Holiday Inn.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do it.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do it.
So that's what I'm saying. When you say maintenance, I mean the husband, knows exactly what the priorities, like in terms of like rent and food and what.
Yeah, exactly.
Not necessarily like whatever, like you just want to.
So if he's not maintaining properly Islamically, you seek consultation with someone of knowledge and and find out if he's doing his duties towards you. If he's not, then khul'a would be definitely granted. Another one that if he starts practicing deen, he stops practicing deen. Okay. Now, I've heard shuyukh tell sisters to be patient. Be patient. Be patient with your husband. Say, ya imam, ya sheikh, my husband doesn't make salat. I have to pull him out of the bed. I have to throw water on him. He gets very angry with me. I'm done with him. He doesn't make salat. And the imam will say, well, was he praying when you first got with him? Say,
Yes. Okay. Did he pray throughout the marriage? He said, yes. Well, he stopped praying. Yes. Well, be patient with him. Try to get him back to where he,
Okay.
It's really, it's really hard for a wife to try to be the man of the house, because the man supposed to be the Amir.
Yeah.
If the kids stop praying, the man supposed to be on top of that. The women stop praying, the man supposed to be on top of that.
Yeah.
Who going to be on top of you?
Yeah.
Pause.
I just thought that he said it.
Okay, so I'm just saying, that's crazy. So the man should really be the leader. If he's not a leader, if he's a beta tend to pay out a lot.
Yeah.
Beta, I'm done. Yeah, I just had an epiphany. I'm done. So anyway,
Something goes beta.
The
We'll
next-
have beta.
yeah, we all go
have
beta,
it somehow.
but some people think beta is being nice. Beta's not being nice.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying?
No.
Muhammad Islam was very, very nice.
Kind and
Yeah, but
compassionate
but
too.
you couldn't find an alpha, a greater alpha, So
He's the
anyway,
best example,
the next thing, insufficient intimacy. Okay, some say 3 months, some say 4 months.
Yeah.
If he goes without having sex with you, during the time of Omar radiallahu anh, a woman complained her husband was not, being intimate enough,
Yeah.
as frequent. So because he was busy hustle and bustle with, you only had one wife, but he was busy hustle and bustle, with the business and trade
Yeah.
and stuff like that, and making money for the family. Okay, so. She goes to Omar. Said, "Yeah, Omar, I have this issue, Alan. So anyway, Omar brings in the husband. Now think about this. He's the Khalifa.
Yeah.
Think about this.
The leader of the Ummah, man.
You can say like president, but president is a filthy word. Okay, but he's the Khalifa. He's running the nation, and he's taking on. He's doing stuff that the imam of the masjid should be doing.
Yeah.
He's doing something that your local sheikh in the village should be taking care of in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
But Omar was concerned about the Ummah so much that even if a sister came to him complaining, he would drop his stately duties, not drop them, but put them to the side quick, go handle some seemingly medial, family relationship situation. So he called the man, he said, your wife is complaining you're not being intimate enough with her, or as frequent. He said, Ya Omar, he said, if I had 4 wives and I was with her every 4th day, would that be sufficient? Omar said, yes. He said, well, pretend I have 4 wives.
Wow.
And Omar said, I accept your opinion.
Wow.
Omar accepted his opinion, And Omar said that, every 4th day, you got to knock it out the park. You know what I'm saying? You got to give and with women, you don't have to, like I say, like Shadid Muhammad said, you don't have to do 10 all the time.
Yeah.
You ain't got to put the rose petals and say, clean them up. No, I'm just kidding. So you ain't got to do it all the time, but an amount of intimacy is needed,
And especially if you're in a business, something we understand, we hustle a lot. It's especially with because when you're in a business, you're like the accountant, the manager, the salesperson, everything. It takes a lot of your time. But at the same time, because you're running a business, you have the ability to manage time.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
So you can actually devote some time, for your.
So insufficient intimacy, that's another Sharia reason. Yeah. Also zina.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. He cheated. Okay. He was one of those brothers that's going to heaven already. That says
Who said that?
but they going to heaven. Okay.
Oh, is that the safe sect?
You keep making fun of them.
Yeah.
You keep making fun of them.
Who are these people?
They're going to lock the doors on you. They're going to lock the
what
gates.
city they from and what area? I don't know.
Are they from Philly?
Maybe.
Bro, you can't do that, man. What's wrong with this
You
dude?
can't do that, man.
What is
Really?
wrong?
Hey, I'm a free man. You
can't
in
do
a
that.
free land, I can say whatever I want.
We found him. I can't say where.
That was
He was walking. I can't say if he had
that's
shoes
a
on
new
or not.
version, but the 5th time. You see, it's a new version, just modified it.
Okay.
Good one.
But we
I
agreed not to
approve,
say that.
I approve. Yeah, go ahead.
Agreed not to say that. So zina is a big one. That he cheated on you. Now he's putting you in medical danger. He's putting you in. Could be. I mean, women go crazy. Women don't like to be. Unless they're professional. Professional jump offs. They don't like to be knocked out. Knocked out the park, and then you kind of abandon them. Well, I got a family. Oh, well, we finna have a family. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they'll get really messy. So zina can bring drama to your door.
Oh, yeah.
Zina can bring disease and unhealthy matters to your door. Also, he should go out, and if he has that much, jism, bodily prowess, if he has that much, he should go and try to find another wife or secure another wife, and he should not be stepping out. So if he's stepping out, khul'a is a remedy for that. What we find is that women are very forgiving of zina, even Muslim women, very forgiving of zina.
Really?
But they're not forgiving of marriage. Because marriage is legitimacy.
That is so ironic and
Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
backward.
Yeah, it's
One is halal.
cave woman backwards.
One is halal, because if you do the halal, guess what? Allah will bless you more, right?
Yeah, yeah. But it's not about the pleasure of Allah. It's about me, nafsi, nafsi, nafsi.
Hawa.
Hawa, yeah.
This is the side chick and side dude era that we live in right now.
Yeah.
I heard it's average. It's like common. It's not
Yeah,
like
it's real
Yeah,
common.
yeah. I mean, it's proud. People say I'm side chick. You don't know Yoshi G? She's a battle rapper.
Yeah.
She because I got bars.
yeah.
I got bars.
I got so many bars in front of my house, like bar, protect the. Yeah.
Whatever. So Yoshi G known.
Yeah.
She has what they call thought bars. So she raps about it. She degrades herself, self-deprecation. When she raps, I'll do this and I'll do that and I done slept with all these people. And she basically like you can't insult her. She's insulting herself. It's like there are a lot of comedians like
the thunder,
the
thunder from
what's she's getting in front of it, right? So as Louis Anderson and other comedians, they would do self-deprecation, talk about how fat they are, Fluffy, that comedian called Fluffy Iglesias, what his name is.
Yeah.
So
he's funny.
so he of course
But it's too fluffy.
everybody go to Saudi.
But he's too fluffy.
He probably danced and got naked for Saudi. Anyway, so
It's the bad for his health, man. He needs to work out.
oh man. No. You can't fat shame.
Really?
When
What does that mean?
Say, look, first of all, we're not going to fat shame on this show.
What does that
And
mean?
if we got to be his pallbearers, you can't go, "Ugh!" You got to carry that big fat.
So basically,
Anyway.
if somebody's fat, I can call them fat.
No, you can't call people fat.
Can I-
That's fat,
can
man.
I
You can't
say-
even say the word fat.
So what should I call them? Big?
Big fat.
Heavy bone, big bone.
Wow. So this
But the bones are regular size. The bones
Yeah, the
are
bone
just
is almost
struggling.
regular size,
The
yeah.
bones are in like almost jihad.
can I say chubby?
That's the excuse everybody use. I'm big boned.
How if I say an Arabic dialect like a dubba? Or dubba.
Our fact checkers have found out the fact that they're nigga, fact check these.
Actually, you know what? Cosmopolitan recently
Yeah. Oh man.
had an image of this,
I thought it was Shamu.
it's
Look like Shamu in a leotard.
it's so
It
dangerous.
said it's healthy.
It's not.
It's not healthy. It's not healthy. So, and Muhammad Sallam, I got this from Dawud Adib.
Yeah.
Dawud Adib said Muhammad Sallam said one of his fears for his ummah, later generations, they'll become fat.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They'll become fat. So
Subhanallah.
alhamdulillah. So anyway, now why did I list lost attraction or no attraction, abuse, no maintenance, non-practicing, okay, insufficient intimacy, and zina as reasons, sharia reasons for khula, because you have to have a reason. You can't just, I want a khula and it's done. You have to have a third party that listens to your reasoning. The man agrees not to change it, or he doesn't agree to give you talaq, then khula will be initiated if it is a valid sharia reason. Because Muhammad ﷺ said in one hadith, if a woman asks her husband for a divorce for no sharia reason, then the smell of paradise is forbidden for her.
Yeah.
Okay. This is at-Tirmidhi. Okay. Narrated at-Tirmidhi. He said this is a Hasan hadith. Okay. The Sunnah at-Tirmidhi. So anyway, you can't lie about the reasons for khul'a. You can't fabricate matters. You can't distort matters. You can't even use hyperbole when it comes to these matters. You have to be straight up forward, having a sharia reason. Then you are free. Allah Ta'ala is freeing you from this contract.
Yeah, and the best thing is to leave it in good term. You came in good term, leave it in good term, because if you have children, then you all need to work out, for the best of the children as well.
Inshallah. The talaq of men. What are the reasons for men initiating divorce? Okay, just to mention, because we're on the subject of divorce, we have to give the men their due.
Yeah.
An-nushuz. An-nushuz means they made nashaza. Means on the streets they call it doing too much or doing the most.
Like a disrespect.
You went above
disobedience.
your, you got your hand in your husband's face.
Yeah.
He's a
That's
man.
not a face. That's it's not a face. What is it?
What?
This is what.
I mean, is that a
Ras.
Between the eyenain.
is that a sharia reason? Because I thought
And
you
the
don't
shoes,
have
yeah.
to have
And
a reason. The
well,
man doesn't have
Well,
to have a reason.
a man doesn't have to have the list of reasoning, okay?
Okay.
And the shoes is general, okay? Because you can't do. Muhammad Sallam called men that marry, then they marry with the intent for divorce. He called them tasters.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
In the negative connotation, these people are tasters. You know, you go to the masjid, the kids' eyes are too close together because the masjid, they got these certain sects.
Yeah.
Certain sects, they got these inter-swapping wife masjids, like little small communities, because every other community is deviant, you know? Every other masjid is deviant. Oh, it's real. And the kids' eyes are too close together, they walk around looking like this. You know, because they're swapping right inside of the masjid. So these kids are growing up, they're looking at each other, they falling in love, but that's their brother and sister, you know? So
It's real.
yeah, you got to. I mean, it takes generations to happen.
Okay.
But
Wow.
but some of these cases, people have
Like,
tightly knit masajid. They basically in their own world. Every other masjid is deviant, and the kids' eyes are too close together.
Just that's like the churches then. It's a different then. If they act like that, subhanallah.
But again, an-nushuz is general disloyalty. They translate disloyalty, ill conduct. Nashaza means you rose above your station. Okay, the woman is acting like the man. The man he got caught in her banties. You know, something like that.
Disobedient and disrespect, and
So-
you know, all that's all part of the
Yeah,
nashuz, you know.
not properly taking care of the children. They're getting diaper rash because she's not changing them. She's busy watching.
busy on the social media.
Love and Hibba Haba.
busy-
Love and Hibba Haba and all these other different
Too
types
busy
of
in the
shows.
social media.
Yeah,
Have my own business.
yeah.
While the husband putting everything in the background.
And the shoes could be defined as lack of sakina. Allah Ta'ala says the reason that He made us, mates and brought us
Tranquility.
together to have sakina, tranquility. So if there's no tranquility in the home and you can't make changes to produce that tranquility that's intended, then of course the man may ask for divorce. But like the brother stated, there's really no set rules why men are not fickle. Men are not fickle. Men are not trifling like that, where they just, I want a divorce. And if a dude does that, ooh, check his banties.
Yeah.
Check his banties.
Banties.
Because men naturally don't do that.
Check his back profile. See if
If he got that curve in his back and he throws like this, if he throws like this, you might want to get a divorce. He can't produce no kids. Yeah. So also the lack of rights reciprocated, meaning that you are given maintenance, you give her rights, and she doesn't give you your rights, like for dignity, respect. She talks to you a certain type of way. I had a wife, my first Muslim wife. She would, like, when her company came around, I let her have her company because I was not at the house. I was at the masjid most of the time, and she would have the sisters over at the house, and I would walk in for some particular reason to get something and leave right away.
Yeah.
And she would like she wanted to really impress them. And I'm like, why is she talking to me like that?
Yeah.
Showing off real.
I understand, like, why are you talking to me like that?
like, I won't make a karate movie out of you.
No, but alhamdulillah, couple of the sisters said, you can't talk to your husband like that.
Yeah.
Alhamdulillah, they
She
corrected her.
she was showing out.
Maybe you can give them the Sean Connery treatment or Kevin Samuels.
Oh man. Anyway, so again, lack of rights reciprocated. The last one I mentioned, some of the an-nushuz or disloyalty or conduct is not immediate. Okay, not the iddah is not immediate when a man pronounces it. Okay.
Yeah.
So even if there's an-nushuz, what Allah says to warn them, separate the beds, and the ulama say you don't have to necessarily get in a different bed or go to the couch. You can actually turn your back, and turning your back on a woman is very effective, especially when you're sexy.
Yeah, just like this guy.
With that tight shirt on.
That's on, and that move.
I will do the cell phone story today.
Go ahead.
Yeah, and
I would
that
do
move,
the
and
cell-
that move, and that move.
See, you got them
Look,
sexy
look,
nipples
look,
showing.
look, look,
That's
look,
nice.
look.
It's a very nice shirt.
No, it's a nice shirt.
Very, very nice.
Mashallah.
Look.
Mashallah.
It reminds me of
I mean,
like one of the
I do what I
historic-
do.
like Egyptian
Mashallah.
pharaoh kind of.
I can imagine 1,400 years ago,
More than 14.
they wove this out of the finest silkworms.
Yeah. Look like a gold.
Yeah.
Look at that. Bidahi, like gold.
Here we go. So again, the iddah is a period where there can be reconciliation, or you can find out if she's pregnant, which extends the iddah till she gives birth. Okay, so Allah Ta'ala does not even allow the man to say, I divorce you and you're out of here. What Allah says, which one of my exes should have. I gave her the hadith. I don't listen to hadith. Anyway, I gave her, it was ayah Quran. I don't listen to Quran.
Wow.
So it was, Allah says what? Allah says during the iddah, you can't put them out.
Yeah.
So the woman has
3 monthly courses, menses of rights, where she could stack her money, take a job. Okay, we divorcing. Okay, well, I'm finna, but you can't kick her out the home, so she don't have to find another place, and you're not obligated to pay for her another place. Yeah, but y'all got that bent and twisted. Okay, and also she can't leave on her own. The law says she can't leave on her own, except what? If you're being abusive and other matters. Okay, you're oppressing her. Saying that you don't want to work on a relationship is not oppression. It's not oppression. Allah gives you 3 monthly menses courses to reconcile. Now she's walking around. Man, you can't walk around like that. We gonna get it in.
We're gonna reconcile.
Yeah,
reconcile ASAP.
Yeah, we're gonna it happens, but when a man is angry with you, you can't. If you leave, it's a done deal.
Yeah.
Then you leave and you demand maintenance. Give me my nigga. You left.
Yeah.
I mean, how do you do that, man? That's like saying I ain't finna make a lot and Allah better bless me.
That comes from the entitlement, and I deserve.
Entitled to it.
Wallah, they think they deserve, man. But you haven't earned it though.
That's crazy. You just leave.
Yeah.
Well, if we're not gonna work in a relationship, like we ain't even been in a week.
No.
And you leave.
You got to stay in that space that allows for mercy to return.
And a lot of times you will get back together.
Reconciliation of pregnancy. Okay, well, pregnancy is already known. Okay, so reconciliation. Then you find some people that's going to heaven already. You tell them. No, they're already going to heaven.
Nobody's guaranteed. Nobody's guaranteed. Okay.
Hey, there's a difference of opinion.
Yeah,
okay, so you find some saved people and you tell them that he sent me away pregnant.
How does that work, man?
I'm like, really? I'm like, subhanAllah. I mean, anyway, so man, just cash app.
Cash app
Request.
Free advertising for Cash App.
Yeah,
We need some endorsement. Cash App.
So anyway,
but I will say a lot of us don't know the rules of divorce. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
A lot of us have felt victim of that. Like when I got some early divorces.
Yeah.
I didn't understand everything, and I should have did things. Was a few things I probably did wrong.
Don't laugh. Let him finish, man. Don't laugh. Finish.
But you learn. You learn from mistakes, and then you
exactly.
get the knowledge that you need to have, so you don't make the same mistakes.
Yeah.
But a lot of us as a ummah, we have to learn more about the rules and regulations, the do's and the don'ts. Really.
I agree with you. Not just learning about the rules of marriage, but also the rules of
unfortunately, it happens a lot right
yeah.
now. Divorce.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I divorced the wrong way one time.
Me too.
It was the third one.
Yeah.
And when I found out it was wrong, I rescinded it. I got back with her. I said, it doesn't count. It doesn't count. And one brother said, no, man, don't do that because I was the imam, and brother said, no, the community will look at that. I said, bro, I'm not here for the community. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I ain't living for them.
You can't please everybody, man.
Yeah. I'm gonna do within my Islamic right.
That's
So
do it for Allah, not for other people.
So the myths. There's a myth. Okay. There's a myth that divorcing, out of all the things Allah made halal, that He hates divorce the most. Okay. And when you divorce, it shakes Allah Ta'ala's throne. Allah Ta'ala is unbothered.
Yeah.
Okay. This hadith is mawdu'. It's actually forged hadith. And this is according to Sheikh Al-Albani and also who else? Ibn Jawzi. Ibn Jawzi said that this hadith is mawdu'. It's forged. They made it up. They made that up.
Yeah.
Okay. So you imagine shaking Allah Ta'ala's throne. I don't care even symbolically. Allah is unbothered.
Because I was thinking about how can
Allah is
Allah subhanahu wa
unbothered.
ta'ala, some people say like, how can Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, this like a halal thing.
Exactly.
If it's halal, why would be disliked?
So that's where the topic comes from.
Right.
The divine solution that became a secular problem.
Yeah.
Divine solution. Women could not divorce. Women were in limbo. Women were treated very harsh. They were treated as property. Allah gave them all of the rights, gave them the right to divorce. All of this. This is a divine solution so that you would not stay in an oppressive, emotionally draining, mentally draining situation.
Yeah.
With us men that can be jerks sometimes. We can be jerks sometimes unless we fear Allah Ta'ala. So what you should do is stop saying, nigga, all in his face. And I saw this on TV. Don't do that. Tell him, say, fear Allah, ittaqillah.
Yeah,
Fear
yeah.
Allah.
Yeah.
Tell your husband that. Learn some hadith, learn some Quran, and yell those at him.
And we will act right. We will start acting right.
If he has any taqwa, he gonna sit down and he gonna be like the hawk. He gonna turn white again.
Bring
Say,
out the
if
man.
you wanna-
Yeah,
Bring
because
out the nigga in him.
Yeah, don't bring out the
because
nigga.
once you go wide, you always right.
And we can't say nigga on Facebook and YouTube. I didn't say it.
Oh man.
Oh man.
So I mean that's what it is. So you have to understand that it was a divine solution. Allah is unbothered. You're not shaking His throne. You know what I'm saying? You're not shaking Allah Ta'ala's throne. Although divorce is not preferred, Allah Ta'ala gives steps before divorce, and mediation is the last step. There has mediation. Usually families are married together, from families, neighbors, cousins, things like that. So one from your side, one from his side, sit down, mediate before you call it, before you even pronounce. See that? Before you pronounce, mediate. Okay? We got to tell the brother that. I told him mediate. I ain't heard nothing, but mediate before you even pronounce. Okay? Because the goal is to keep you guys together. Look, ain't nobody else want y'all. I'm just kidding.
So the shaitan wants that.
Yeah.
The shaitan loves to separate between. There's a hadith about that. They loves to separate between husband and wife. So.
But see, it's trip because like I'm built bad. Oh man, I'm built like you go them Ghostbuster things. The friendly ghost that was helping the Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
I'm built like one of them. And my wife like, oh, you're wonderful. She don't want me to get nobody else.
That's why they do that.
She don't want nobody else to want me.
Because they know, you know why?
Yeah.
This is a fact, but they like that because when men gets old, they actually look better. So they're attracted by the young, right? Yeah. But when woman gets old, they
lose it.
Hey,
they lose it all.
Look, I'm in.
Yeah,
I ain't trying to hear none of that.
That's so. Look,
I ain't trying to hear
I want to say this, look, because truth don't care about your feelings. So that's the fact, Yeah. So some women, what they do, they don't want their husband to look good because they don't want other women to be attracted to their husband. Oh, it's okay, build that belly,
they'll overfeed you.
Yeah, overfeed you. Yeah. You gotta watch out, man.
I'm starting my diet right now.
How many times you
right
said
now?
that?
I'm
This is
starting
like
my
the
diet
20th
right now.
time. It's like I'm gonna start a diet today. But
We should have worked out yesterday, man. But I was.
Yeah.
I was in the studio. In the studio. Haram. Bidah. hey, if you're going to heaven,
But
you can't even use percussion.
Right.
I mean, Muhammad Sallallahu allowed it in his own home
Yeah.
with Aisha and the other younger sister. Yeah. He allowed them to dance and sing and
But
I mean, but you can't do that.
But the same so-called
can't do
but
that.
the same so-called safe sex, they talk about this stuff.
Oh,
but
man,
they
don't
go watch,
do that, bro.
They go watch Transformers and
I'm jealous.
go to the theater and
I'm jealous.
You're jealous.
Boy, if I was saved, I'd be acting a fool out here. I'd be acting a fool out here. I'd be like, turn up.
But you took a nap.
Eggplant, turn up.
You completely dead last night. You took a nap.
Oh man.
Then you woke up. Then you started finishing my hummus. Pause. But
you can't say that on.
He just go up. Oh, he goes some falafel. He's like, oh, he just woke up and started to eat, man. Then he left.
I was sleeping so peaceful. I was sleeping like a girl.
Girl.
Oh, we gotta tell you. Oh, I gotta get him back on the show.
Oh,
he was on the first show. This dude can't say the word girl to save his life. He's Palestinian, right?
Yeah.
He said girl.
It's a good about girl.
Okay, Sadiq. What if I find a girl and then she likes me? I'm like, a what? A girl. I said, bruh. I look. First of all, I'm gonna say it's haram because I don't know what the hell that is.
Hey, but when he showed up, you woke up. So that was good. That was good, man. Alhamdulillah.
So again, it's a myth that divorce shakes Allah Ta'ala's throne. It's a forged hadith. Throw that out. Never repeat that again. Also with the Jihad al-Nafs, Jihad al-Akbar, fake, weak, not even weak, fake hadith is equal to the Bible, forged. Anyway, so the secular realities with a khilafah absent, meaning that we are not on the grand stage of politics and organizing Muslims affairs around the ummah. Because remember, the ummah is supposed to have one ruler, save people, see nothing wrong with all these multiple rulers. All of them should be obeyed. All of them should be respected. Muhammad said, if you have one and a second one rises up, claims leadership, you kill that person. So there should be a lot of deaths going on today. Have with it, save people. Have with it. Yeah. So
all again, these installed leaders.
Imposed leaders.
Installed.
Abu Tariq said, minkum.
Yeah.
Minkum.
Among you.
Not imposed. Okay. If you impose leadership on me, that's not minkum. That means that I had no say.
Yeah.
Okay. So all the leaders today fall under minkum.
either British or American, French puppets. Okay. Anyway, moving on.
Yeah.
With the Khilafah absent, okay, with the Khilafah absent off the grand stage, even the Khilafah used to organize the Kufar's affairs. They couldn't do plays and have theater slandering anybody that we consider to be sacred or anybody we consider to be honorable. We'll make them stop doing what they were doing, okay? We'll make them stop doing what they were doing. So we don't have that authority today. So with Khilafah absent, people are going toward and rushing toward kufr courts and things like that to handle their divorces, even if my first two kids' mom, she sued me in Kafir courts for custody of my kids, and we had no paperwork with the state. Okay, that's why I went to the law library downtown and at the courthouse, and I studied informal so on and so marriage, and basically I couldn't argue. And the judge told me, my lawyer told me, he said, "Man, y'all got 2 kids. It's gonna be hard to argue that.
Yeah,
y'all got 2 kids and y'all got 9 years of marriage.
Yeah,
so it's gonna be hard to argue that point." So that became the issue. So these secular imams are recommending kufr marriages.
I don't know if you call them secular imam. Imam in a secular, because secular is like kufr. So you can't say kufr imams.
Well, they're recommending kufr.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know how you know.
Yeah.
They're saying we will not marry you until you have a marriage license, marriage certificate. Okay. First of all, you don't need an imam or a sheikh to marry you.
Yeah.
Okay. You don't. The contract is between the wali or the wakil and the man in question to marry the woman that you represent. Okay. That's the contract. There's no imam. There's no sheikh. Like the brother said, there's no masjid involved.
Yeah.
You can meet at McDonald's. It's just an aqzawaj, just a marriage contract that you agree to terms. You write it down. You give her the mahar. It's over.
Super simple.
She doesn't even have to come to the aqzawaj. She didn't even come to the marriage contract signing. She don't have to come. The wali is her representative. It's the proxy.
Yeah.
Y'all know proxy, okay? So she don't even have to come. He can call her and say, "Assalamu alaikum, mabruk, you are married now. Now you guys are lawful to be together alone." Then you can make the jima'. You can have sex, okay? You can be
halal sex.
You can be into halal sex. Yeah. Don't put the double in there.
They're gonna take that part. Oh, he said that.
Don't put the double past the bubba.
Yeah.
Okay. So anyway, so you're allowed to be alone, have sex if you so choose, and if you consummate the marriage, then you celebrate. Then you have the walima. We like to do it the Kafir way. Okay. Big celebration for the marriage.
Wasting money.
It's a waste. It's a waste.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
When Islam is so simple, why are you making it too hard?
Yeah. So again, these secular imams are saying, "I would not marry without a marriage certificate." Good news, you don't need them. First of all, you don't need them. Okay. Also, when it comes time to divorce, the divorce is in the hands of the kuffar.
Yeah.
The divorce is in the hands of the kuffar. Now, gotta mention this one incident that happened. Okay. I'm in the masjid, the big Islamic center here, right? Mm-hmm. The biggest one. I'm here, and the sheikh, he said, "Sadiq, let me speak to you for a second." In his Jordanian accent. Let me speak to you a second.
He didn't talk like that. I know how you speak.
Anyway, so he says, "I'm gonna speak to you." He said, "I hear you do the marriage at the masjid with no marriage certificate." I said, "Correct." He said, "Brother, you shouldn't do that." I'm like, "Why not?" He said, "You can get in trouble." I said, "No, I can't. It's a common law state. It's called an informal marriage." I cracked the law books. I said, "I think you should too." "How do you talk to a sheikh like that?" Abu Tariq just said, I saw the video last night going home, right? He said that there's no special language for a sheikh and imam. There's no special. He said, once we start doing that, we fall into the kuffar. Yeah. There's no special language for these people. They're regular people.
Yeah.
They're regular. I mean, this dude is a scholar usul al-fiqh, and you talk to him like you don't disrespect a brother. Yeah. You don't disrespect a sheikh, but they are again just a brother that has more knowledge. That You don't change the way you act around him like you act around the brothers. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
You get all bent down.
All holy.
Yeah,
all holy. So anyway, so he says, "You can get in trouble." I said, "No, you can't." I said, "Crack the law books." I cracked them. I suggest you do too. He says, "But what about her rights?"
Yeah, there you go.
I say, "Ahi, I'm telling the sheikh, I'm just a Negro, okay? Yeah. He's a sheikh." I'm a Negro. Mm-hmm. He's a sheikh. Yeah. Okay. So he says, Yani. No, he didn't. So anyway, he says, but what about her rights? I say she'll find her justice within Islam. I'm telling us, I'm a Negro, by the way. You probably can't tell by my yellow bone skin, but I'm a Negro. I'm telling the sheikh who studied for all these years that justice is in Islam and not outside of it. He said, I'm not talking about justice. I'm talking about her rights. Wow. I said, salamu, and walked away. I'm having a talk with you, dude. I'm not going to have a secular talk with the sheikh of a masjid. I'm not doing it, okay? Everything that you are allowed on Yom Al-Qiyamah, it is allowed in the Quran and Sunnah, okay? It's there. If you find it outside of that, then you might not want to touch it. Muhammad ﷺ said that sometimes two people come to me with an argument, okay, and they make their pleas. Yeah. He said sometimes the most eloquent one, the most charismatic one, I tend to side with them, okay? He said I tend to side with them. It's not a matter of a wahi, it's a matter of judging, okay? Yeah. So he says, I tend to side with them. He said, but if I ever make a wrong decision and give some of your brother's property over to you and you accept it, you are taking with you hellfire. So these sisters that take Muslim men to Kafir courts and take half their wealth, you just took hellfire. Enjoy it. Enjoy it. You better buy some fire retardant abayas, buy some fire retardant khimar, you know, because hellfire is what you just took with you. It is not your right. You have the right to 3-month maintenance. If you want more than that, and
if you all share, and if you all share this video, let any imam or sheikh see this. I'm gonna say this, that they're actually contributing in making the children and the brother's life hell. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Because when you tell the brothers you have to bring a paper from the court that you're married and whatnot, do you know how many issues you're gonna go through when the divorce happen? I mean, I can just mention a few.
No. They cause zina also.
Yeah.
These people are in love. These people want to get married. They came to you to offer them solution. You sent them to the kafirs, which is not haram to get a marriage license, a marriage certificate. We're not saying that. Yeah. We're saying that's not the marriage. Yeah. That's not a shart. It's not a prerequisite for marriage in Islam. Okay. Yeah. So that's what we're saying. So these people, they're in love, and she puts her head in his chest. That's your fault. And she's crying. He's like, put your dabber in my babber.
But you also don't want
it can happen.
Yeah, but you also don't want the state to involve with your life.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. So when an imam says this, or when a sister says I married my kids, to sister whatever, and through the court, I'm like, well, why did you do that? Oh, to protect same argument, to protect the woman.
Yeah, protect.
What about your kids? Yeah. What about your sons, your uncles, your fathers, and all those guys? Like, what about the male figure? Right?
And this court system is gonna side with the woman, and it's not gonna give
the
man
family
his
court
rights.
system.
The man won't get his
because
rights.
they're about anytime you side with women, you're destroying family. Yeah, you don't supposed to side with them just because they're women. Mm-hmm. The judge, I say my first 2 kids. Yeah. The judge tells me, okay, we're gonna postpone this matter for a month and a half, and you can see your daughter and your son on this day. Yeah. And she had a son before me, my stepson. I love him just as much. Yeah. He never knew I wasn't his dad until his mom told him, out of spite. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But nevertheless, judge tell me, we're gonna postpone this for this many days, 45 days, month and a half. He said, and you can see him on this day. I'm waiting for him to say in this day, and this day, and this day, and this day, right? He said in this day. I said, one day? I get to see my kids one day? Yeah. Bruh, I told you I cried like a baby in Morocco. I can't be away from my kids like that. Right. So he said, I said, one day? My lawyer like, shh. I said, man, the judge like, yeah, you can see him one day and you bet not do your. Dude, you don't even know me. What you threatening me for? Tomorrow, I bet not take them. I better return them. I said, dude, who you think you talking to? Yeah. You sit up there in a dress.
Yeah, usually it takes 2 years for the so-called divorce to finish, right? But I hail every imam that does that responsible. And if y'all want to learn more about this stuff, there's a documentary called Divorce Corp. It talks about how the judge and the attorneys, how they actually play with the system, how they actually make money off of the child support and whatnot. But let me point out some of the stuff that the brothers need to pay attention. Like when you go through this, the Kafir court system. For example, there's something called parental alienation, where the woman basically, get 85% of the time the children will go with the mother.
Yeah.
Right?
Especially young.
Yeah, and what happens, the mothers, keep telling the father is or the other parents, blame the other parents. In psychology, that is called parental alienation. It's actually considered some sort of mental illness, right? You're gonna go through that, right? 80% of the divorce in this country initiated by women. So out of the so-called 51, 60%, 80% of them initiated by
So
women.
you see Allah's wisdom,
Yeah.
not giving the woman just the powers or the ability of the man to just announce it for any particular reason. Allah aligned reasons and set up parameters for when a woman can actually call for it, and Allah Ta'ala made a third party like Imam, a sheikh, someone of knowledge that would step in, or her father would step in and say, okay, I think those reasons are valid. So
then you also have like 85% of the time the children will go with the father. I mean with the mother, not with the father. And the father will have limited access, either every other weekend or a few times in the month and whatnot.
And he better not have another woman.
Right. And not just that, what is it? In some state, there's something called alimony. We have to pay the ex, I don't know, for life, right?
Then I pay you and I cut your tires. Your tires. I bet your tires more expensive than what I pay you.
Right.
I ain't telling on myself.
Right, of course, you just say in your head. But then you also have 50% of your hard work. Just hand it over.
And I'll put sugar in your tank.
So you paying for something that you're not even married to,
Yes.
and she's moved on, and what are you paying for?
And they can move on and you can't. And once you become a secondary custodian, that means the wife has the primary custodian. You have no right on your kids. She can change their name. She can put the kids in any house, in any school.
What about when you're divorced in the same city and you have custody in the same city? They decide to move away with their boyfriend. What happens?
Oh, they allow it. They allow it.
They allow it.
They allow it. So that's what I'm saying.
Happy marriage certificate.
Right. No, they do this. So the brother needs to be very careful. And somebody told me, what about their prenup? Prenup's going to be thrown out. It doesn't matter. It's going to be thrown out because, again, it's the family law is like it's woman-based. Like it's like pro-woman and anti-male.
Anti-family.
Anti-family, basically. And when you go through divorce, the first mistake some brothers do, don't leave your home.
Don't leave.
Stay in the same place. Don't leave
Sleep
your
on
home.
the couch. Don't leave.
Yeah.
Don't leave.
Well,
And
if you leave, they say that you abandon your home, or you don't live it, or you don't own
that's
it.
what they use against you.
Wow.
And not just that, a lot of women will be nasty during divorce.
No. Hold on. Before you get to the nasty part, I like the nasty talk.
Right.
But hold on.
Yeah.
A man can leave
Yeah.
with the key. She can change the locks.
Oh yeah.
Man can't change the locks. I guarantee you.
Yep.
I guarantee you if that woman has a key or she has a slipper inside your house, the police will demand you open that door and let her go get her slipper.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, they will say, well, you got to take her to what's that court for a landlord court,
Yeah.
and it's a 3-month process, and she can detest it and make it longer, bruh.
Well, not just that. Women have access to a lot of free legal
Free resources,
services, women's shelter, whatever, all this stuff, but the man won't. In fact, some attorneys will ask the husband to pay for their
Attorney,
yes.
pay for their attorney.
So it's going
to sue you.
Yeah, emotionally draining, financially draining, physically draining. In fact, a lot of the men's suicide rate happens because of not just because of divorce, because they lost their kids. They can't see their kids.
What is the ratio of the man killing them versus
Not too many.
versus suicide?
Not too many.
I'm interested in those.
But the dude got to find him a nice park bench.
Yeah.
And not just that. If you lose your job, guess what? You still have to pay child support.
No,
You still have to pay.
if you don't pay or can't pay,
Yeah.
6 months,
Yeah.
then you get out.
Which is stupid.
6 months, then you get out.
It's so dumb because you're 6 months in jail. How are you gonna pay? And they're gonna keep adding that while you're 6 months in jail.
You can pay in soups. You can pay in soups, coffee packs, noodles, Jack Mac, Hormel chili.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
The woman can even make a false accusation, like claim that these children may be yours. She probably slept with somebody.
Yeah.
They can do. It's called the paternity fraud.
Is this why OJ allegedly did what he did?
Hey, you never know, man.
We're gonna say allegedly, but
Hey, recently, what's his name? Dr. Dre was in the hospital, right?
Yeah.
He's going through a divorce.
Yeah. He had
Blood
an
pressure.
aneurysm.
Yeah. It's,
Pressure.
You think
Pressure,
it's from the
man.
divorce?
He had a clot in his brain.
It could be from the divorce, the stress and all.
of course. But what
Yeah,
I'm
but
saying,
she ain't all that. It's just that all the trifling stuff that they do. You know, it ain't like, oh, well, he loved me. No, he don't love you. It's all that stuff you're doing.
Yeah.
You're doing too much because a woman knows her husband so well. Imagine. I talked about it. Was it?
She saw
When we talk about
all your little stuff.
Oh, in the khutbah, Friday,
yeah.
I talked about how those that slandered Aisha were from her own family, and Abu Bakr used to give them money,
And he said, I'm not gonna give you money anymore because you slandered my daughter, right?
Yeah.
And Muhammad said, no, continue to give them money. Because see, a munafiq that's scorned against you is not like the regular one.
Yeah.
I'm saying it's not but they would do. I'm going through some of that now, man. You know, with people that's going to heaven.
Yeah. Well, that's what some of these imams, I think they're making a big mistake by cowering into this thing. In fact, I even met one imam who went through the situation, know how messed up it is, but he still asked the brothers for, I had a conversation.
He's a parrot.
You went through the experience
He's
and
a
you said
secular
how the
parrot.
system was unjust and your wife took the kids and moved to a different state and you're still asking the brothers to bring the court paper. It's so mind-blowing, right? So if you get a chance to watch the divorce court, there's a psychologist by the name of Helen Smith. She wrote a book called Man on a Strike. So she talks about statistically in America why men are actually not marrying to the court system. Because it's not a good deal, not just for men, even for the children. The most important part is the children get lost in between those two things.
Yeah.
And sometimes they use the children to control the men.
Yeah.
I'm not saying men don't do it, but when it comes to statistics, the majority is women. Look, 80% initiate by women. And they have a system called no default, No default divorce. That means you don't have to make them,
Any reason.
They can divorce for any reason.
Yeah. You call it irreconcilable differences and
Irreconcilable,
things
yeah.
like that.
What is that?
It's irreconcilable. What is
Right.
what are the specifics?
Yeah.
Specifics. What are specifics? And say, well, it's just irreconcilable.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think you have to put it on paper exactly what it is.
Yeah.
I think
So that's what I'm saying. Like, why? That's what I tell the brothers. Just marry Sharia wise. If you trust an imam, just deal with him. If things don't work out, fear Allah and do it through them. Because one of the complaint that I get, well, if I don't do it through the system, how I'm gonna get I'm like, if the guy doesn't care about the deen, do you think he's gonna follow the system and give you what you want?
Well, I made that same statement. I said that if going through the system gets you your rights, I said, then explain that to kuffar women. Explain that to the kuffar. They say that we're not getting our rights. Okay? So if the kufr system gives you as a Muslim your rights,
What is their complaint?
yeah. That's exactly what happens.
And the family court system, it was set up back in the day in this country because when people used to go to war and women used to stay at home, right, back in the days. So it was set up like that because when they give divorce, of course the court says what's the reason? Did he cheat, infidelity, whatnot?
Yeah.
If that's the case, then the women get all this stuff because they don't have a place to work.
Yeah.
But time has changed. Now you all work, and yet still demand.
Yeah.
I know this one brother, mashallah, went to Riyadh, aviation mechanic, the airplane engineer, got divorced and went married, alhamdulillah. I was having an amazing time in Saudi, and he's been giving child support like every month, but not through the legal system.
Yeah.
And subhanallah, one day, I don't know what happened to his ex, she just filed the paper, and now in Riyadh, in Saudi, the U.S. embassy took his passport and forced him to come back to the U.S. and pay $35,000 something when he was actually giving good money
And she
every month.
And she had remarried.
Yes.
Man, look. First of all, if you're gonna be doing all that, don't marry me. Don't marry me. I'm saying, I'm not
Telling you, man.
not that. You know why? Because
Yeah.
that man, if you marry me, that man's gonna get his kids.
Oh, man.
That man gonna get his kids.
Yeah, I wouldn't even enter into a
Yeah,
marriage. with a
if he
woman
wants his
holding,
kids, he gonna get his kids.
a brother's
You're not
kids
gonna be getting
hostage.
unnecessary money
Yeah.
from him. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna do all that. We're gonna do it.
Yeah, we're
Islamic.
gonna do Islam or we
Yeah.
ain't gonna do nothing.
Yeah,
I'm gonna do Islam with somebody
I
else.
wish more brothers would do that. Like, get their woman, their sister in check and say, no, we're going to do it Islam.
No, these old
Look,
beta mother.
80%.
Say, you know what they do, bro? They sit there and listen to her story,
And believe every
believe
word.
every word she say.
80% of the men nowadays are like that beta mentality. When she cheats, okay, I mean, it's crazy, man. I don't wish this for any good practicing sister. I don't wish this for even.
And I know we make mistakes too. It ain't all
Right,
the
right.
sisters. The brothers do be making mistakes too.
But
We're talking about the sisters right now.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
just kidding.
But I don't wish this for any brother, any sons, any uncles to go through because I'm telling you, man, it is so painful.
Oh yeah, definitely. Especially when it's child
Children
loss.
involved.
Right.
Yes.
Okay. You just said
man.
it. The
It's
purpose is to hurt
traumatic.
you.
Yeah.
The purpose is to hurt you. That's it.
So traumatic.
The purpose is to hurt you. You know, when my brother's shooting marbles with this bigger kid, the bigger kid, he cheating. He taking the marbles. He's cheating. My brother walked away, went and got a bat. It cracked his head open. You know what I'm saying?
You know,
That's extreme.
See, when the man is the bigger, the stronger, right? But the system is the bat.
Yeah.
Okay. So if the woman feel like she's being harmed, she gonna go get the bat. Now, our brother could have just walked away, but he came back with a bat. That's what the women, if you're being treated wrongly, Allah allows you a way out.
Yeah.
But you want to come back with the bat, which are the kuffar, and Allah says what? وَمَنْ يَتَوَلَّهُ مِنْكُمْ فَإِنَّهُ مِنْهُمْ. Whoever joins them as allies and uses their services in this manner, in particular, as organizers of affairs, so on and so forth, you become one of them. Okay, so you know that next dude, he needs to be warned. Oh man, she drug her last husband through the mud, y'all.
Yeah, because when they go to the family court, it's like like any contract penalty cancellation. When you cancel membership, they charge you with money.
Oh, yeah.
That's how they're behaving.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm married for a long time. Now I'm gonna have to like make you suffer. Like why? You are the father of you're all children.
Yeah.
Right. But because the system allows it, some folks that don't have fear of Allah, they actually, wallahi, they do this all the time. And I'll be honest with you. I had a lot of stories that sisters do that, not the brothers.
Yeah.
I know it's anecdotal to say that, but I don't see a lot of brothers going to the court to do that. But I see a lot of sisters do that.
I've heard of one old vagina dude.
Right, Buffy Nibbles dude.
Buffy Nibbles.
Very Buffy Nibbles.
This dude made a baby through zina with this sister. Okay.
Wow.
He probably Muslim. Okay. So he made the baby through zina with the sister. And then she said, well, you know what? You don't have rights on this child. Move around.
Yeah.
So he said, well, I'm going to take you to court.
See?
I don't know. How did he make a baby?
That's very messed up.
Yeah, it sounds like he's not potent.
No taqwa, no iman, but the system allows it. Because it allows it, it exists. That's why people take advantage of it.
Yeah.
So that's, the example that you gave, you look at the setter, who set up the whole thing, right?
Yeah.
So the system allows it. So if you have no fear of Allah, of course you're gonna do this. But that's why I tell the brothers in Imam, don't do it through the legal system. Just do it Sharia wise and Islamically, and leave it at that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So this divine solution that Allah sent down to give women rights and to give them stability and to give them emotional tranquility.
Yeah.
Okay. This, of course, you don't like divorce, but you don't have to stay in an oppressive situation either. So Allah Ta'ala rescued you, turned you from property to owning property, gave you rights to initiate or seek khul'a or emancipation, from an oppressor or someone that you're not even attracted to, or he ain't getting it in enough, frequently enough. So Allah gave you all of that, and then it became a secular problem when Islam failed as a system. Because I'm gonna tell you,
Yeah.
I want to do that. Going back to Khilafah show.
Yeah.
I can't. Well, I'm gonna do it next or whatever. But
Yeah, a couple of weeks.
I mean, we have to talk about when Islam comes back as a system, who's gonna go, and we're gonna talk about the differences between the system we live in now and the Islamic system. By comparison, we're gonna parallel them, and by comparison, and see who of the Muslims that you claim La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah to believe in that, who will want to go from Darul Kufr to Darul Islam? Because Muslims today will tell us, oh, you used to go to a land of Islam. There's no land of Islam. There's land of Muslims now. There's no land of Islam. What army is fighting jihad against the kuffar killing us around the world? That's how you know a Dola Islamiyah.
Yeah.
That's how you know a Khilafah. They wage war against the kuffar, especially if they attack us as Muslims.
Yeah.
That's not happening around the world. So spare me going to Timbuktu and Timbuktu 5 and what the hell you talking about?
Make hijrah.
Yeah, man, hijrah where?
I
North side?
North side, maybe the south side. But I was telling the brothers that the word hijrah, from a Sharia definition, it has a rules in it, and regulation with that. And the word Bilad al-Islam, there is no Bilad al-Islam.
Balad al-Muslimin.
Bilad al-Muslimin, yes. Land of the Muslimin is, but there's no Islam anywhere. So what you're saying? So even if you go to Malaysia, yes, alhamdulillah, it's true. If I go to Mecca, you will spiritually feel great, but you can't speak the haqq there because they're gonna jail you, for example, right?
And torture you.
Yeah.
And torture you. There are 300, 400 shiuch in the Saudi prisons right now, and they are being tortured.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Some of them are dying inside of there. Yeah. For what? They're not deviant. They learn the haqq. Yeah. They decide to speak it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, and speaking about shaking our Muslim head.
Shaking our Muslim head.
Yeah.
The topic is the issue between Qatar and
Saudi.
Okay, Saudi. They are now opening up
After 3 years.
after 3 years, opening up their borders where the Qatari people can come into Saudi. Now, again, why do you think so?
The Israel has a lot of open relationship with Dubai and the Gulf. And in fact, I like Dr. Abdulaziz Al-Khazraji. He said this is the Amriji.
Amriji, American Khaliji.
Khaliji and Amriji. He said this is the father, the daddy, America basically setting up the rule and tell them you gotta follow this with the Khaliji. He called it, this is Amriji. This is not, y'all need to wake up. This is a lot of political thing going on in the background.
So obviously,
Yeah.
Saudi is Zionist.
Yeah.
Israel is Zionist. When Qatar and the other Muslim lands, Sudan, so on and so forth, said we want to normalize, they said middle finger to the Palestinian Muslims, okay, and the Palestinian, they said middle finger to the Palestinian people.
Yeah.
We're now going to open relations and recognize Israel as the authority, recognize them as a state. Of course, they are the authority. You can't get around that, but you don't recognize them because it's like recognizing a dude that puts on a dress as a woman. Okay, that's like the same thing. So you got a trans-Zionist nation, Israel and Sudan and Qatar and other Bahrain, and they say we're going to normalize relations. Saudi's trying to keep it off of the headlines. They've been normalized relations.
Long time ago.
You've been doing joint airstrikes on the Muslim lands with the Jews.
Behind
man.
closed
Come on.
doors. I'll be in trouble.
yeah, behind closed doors, the video. So check this out. So they normalize relations. So now Saudi want to normalize relations back with Qatar. See, it's not about brotherhood.
No, yeah.
It's not about brotherhood. It's about they all have submitted to the Zionist agenda. The Amriki Zionist agenda. They all have submitted to it. And that's why Saudi wants to open it back up. Also, they want that Qatari money though.
Of course.
Yeah, they want that Emirati money. They want that money.
And recently they were talking about it because
Talking to broke people like me visiting.
Because one of the brothers sent me this information, like in Saudi, they were saying that there's going to be like free classes on business and marketing, different skills for citizen and non-citizen.
Oh, wow. That distinction?
Yeah.
The land of Tawheed?
Yeah, just right now, like
That
you gotta be
distinction?
nice.
Oh, mashallah.
So I'm telling a couple of my friends, look, you gotta be careful because they don't do things because they care. They're always
Capitalists.
Yeah,
Capitalists.
political agenda behind every move.
Yeah, they got to be making some coin.
Yeah.
So, because Saudi is not the brother, the Saudi regime is not the brother of the Ummah. They're not brothers or sisters of the Ummah. They have their own agenda, and they are only opening up their borders after 3 years to Qatar and other nations to visit, not for any Islamic reason, only for capitalistic Zionistic reasons. Yeah. For that reason, Saudi, we are shaking our Muslim head.
All right.
So that was a long one.
It was a long one.
It's not the longest. It's not the longest yet.
Pause. So what's going to be the topic next week? Do you know? No, not yet. Not yet.
I know what I want to do.
Okay, we'll get you a surprise.
2-3 weeks. You see how you just dismissed me?
Yeah.
It's because I'm black.
How did you know?
It's because I'm black.
He knew it. Wow.
We'll never say again. We'll never say again that he's a Bengali import walking down the streets of Bangladesh barefoot, who we threw into the trunk because we recognize his skin color.
What kind of trunk?
L trunk.
L trunk.
Yeah, it's in the back of the car.
Yeah. But don't forget Wednesday, inshallah. We're gonna finish the story, right, about the phone.
I'm gonna let y'all know what happened.
Where did he go?
I'm gonna let y'all know what happened.
I got it now.
I got it now.
I'm gonna let y'all know what happened. Okay, look. The outline is banana back, bent arm, over the head, and fear.
Why you throwing like a girl, man?
There was fear involved.
Yeah. Wow.
There was a phone here, then the phone disappeared. I'm gonna let y'all know why the phone disappeared and how. I must tell you.
Wednesday, 7 p.m. Central Time. Thank you for those who attended our show.
Alhamdulillah.
Thanks for the comments.
Please like, share, like it, thumbs up, thumbs down. It's all the same. Okay, it's all the same in the algorithm. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Like the show, share the show.
Yeah.
This is all organic. Okay, this is how we talk. Like 2-3 times a week when we meet.
But worse.
Yeah. Is it worse?
We gotta keep it like because we don't get canceled.
No. This is more organized.
Yeah, more organized.
Oh, we say some stuff.
if you come to our company, oh man,
Yeah,
you're gonna enjoy it.
Yeah. We may film it one day. Hey, you saw us on wrestling.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we do stuff like that. We get down like that. And you saw him in the corner,
Yeah. I was like,
looking like a whole snitch.
I was.
No, you were like,
Yeah.
you filmed it like a snitch.
Yeah. I did.
Daddy, like a damn.
Mom,
I do some
Daddy, Mom in there making juice. Was she in the kitchen? No, she ain't in the kitchen.
Oh man.
All right. Well, thank you all for viewing. This has been Amoo Yum Yum, the podcast. Tune in again next Saturday, 10 Central. Tune in this Wednesday for the recap, clap back, react. Inshallah ta'ala. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.